Hey YouTube, it's Toot here, and I've noticed lately that there is a fashion for the big YouTubers doing the patch notes when patch notes come out for Rainbow Six Siege each season and for mid-season reinforcements. I don't know why they do this. You're all capable of clicking on a URL and reading the notes for yourself, so I don't quite know why they think you need them to read these to you, but I thought I'd give it a go myself. How difficult can it be, right, to do a patch notes video? So the patch notes have just come out for Year 3 Season 2.2, and I thought I'd give it a shot. I'll read you the patch notes and see how we get on. Now, I've never done this before, so apologies in advance if it's really bad. I'll do what I can to make it, not bad. If you aren't interested in listening to me talk about them, then by all means just mute me and watch as I scroll through them, or just click the link in the description below to go directly to the notes for yourself, and you can read them there at your leisure. Right, you guys still here? Yeah? Brilliant. Let's get through these designer notes for Year 3 Season 2.2 of Rainbow Six Siege. So as you can see here, this was posted at 12 PM, which would be EDT, as it says down there, EDT. So these notes will provide you with an insight into the balancing team's thoughts on operators balanced around the middle of each season. So let's take a look at the upcoming changes. Firstly, we've got Finca. They're going to reduce the ability duration from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. So whilst people have been saying she's been getting a buff, because she's getting frag grenades, she's actually getting quite a large nerf there, with the effect only lasting for half a time. So that should balance it out a bit when we look at the fact that stun grenades are now being replaced with frag grenades. Don't know how I feel about that. I don't really play Finca. Personally, I like stun grenades, and I think as an attacker who speeds herself up, allows herself to move faster, gives herself better aim, I think stun grenades probably lend themselves better to that because they allow you to get into a room and clear more effectively. So I don't know if I call that a buff. I guess if you like explosives, then yeah, it's a buff. Reduces smoke's gas canister damage modifier, so this makes smoke less effective against any operator that is under Finca's effects when they go through the smoke. So that's a bit of a nerf to the ability, but at the same time a buff to the defenders, and not so bad. I think it's probably about right. I've never died in a smoke gas canister when I've been Finca'd, because I don't know, it's just never happened. Obviously it's a thing, and they've decided to cut that back. There's an aim down sights modifier from the adrenaline rush, which is reduced from -50% to -25%. Now, I'm not totally sure what that means, to be honest. -50% to -25% sounds like it's making things faster, so it sounds kind of like they're making the aiming down sights time faster when you're on a Finca boost, which would be a buff. If so, well done Finca. So they're trying to make Finca more popular, but also make her weaker. They think that a big part of her power comes from the HP boost. With it lasting for 20 seconds, it's very efficient. By reducing the timer, they're trying to increase the timing challenge for players by reducing the duration of the ability's effects. And this kind of makes sense. You've got to use Finca as a part of a team. You need to give that boost when it's good for the team, not just for you. So I guess that kind of works. Finca isn't currently used very often in Pro League, which is true. I very rarely see her. And one of the main reasons is that smoke's gas canisters do twice as much damage when you are under the effects of the adrenaline boost. Smoke is pretty much always on the defense team, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Now let's take a look at IQ. Only 2 changes for IQ. Frag grenades are being replaced with a claymore. Now, there's been a lot of fuss about this. People love the frag grenades on IQ. Defending now is very much a run-out meta. I think the defenders are far more aggressive in every game that I'm in, I think, than they used to be. And I also think that they're more aggressive than they should be as defenders. It's now becoming much more less about tactics and just running around and trying to shoot mans in the head as much as possible. So I guess frag grenades kind of support that for IQ, but I like claymores because it stops those defenders from doing that. And also the electronics detection is reduced from 20 meters to 15 meters. That's not good for IQ. So at the moment they're saying IQ is currently too good in terms of fragging power and utility. So as a 3-speed operator with a very strong rifle, which will be the AUG and the 5.52, because both are good, though I favour the 5.52, she's very effective when it comes to killing enemies. So if that's how you choose to play her, then yes, she is. So they've observed that she is sometimes in Pro League even when Valkyrie and Echo are banned, which leads the developers to believe that she is too good of a choice in too many situations. Okay, fair enough. They also say that they will make more drastic changes for IQ in the distant future, but they wanted to make these changes in the short term to make room for other operators' choice and increase variety in the Pro League. So there's a lot of stuff here about Pro League actually influencing what's being done here, and I know that upsets a lot of people. Pro League are a very small percentage of the Rainbow Six community, so making big changes like this just for the sake of a small number versus the sake of many does get on people's nerves, and I can understand that, but let's see how it plays out when we've actually got our hands on it ourselves. Now let's go to Blackbeard, or Nerfbeard as he is often known, increasing the Mark 17 damage from 42 to 49. I don't know if that's really necessary. I kind of think maybe recoil is more needed in terms of a buff here, but that is a definite buff for Blackbeard, obviously. The SR25 damage has been reduced from 72 to 61. A lot of people have been saying that the rifle is overpowered, so maybe that's fair. I think there's still quite a bit of recoil on the SR25, so you've got to hit your shot straight away. So reducing the damage to 61 means unless you're getting a headshot, you still need a couple of shots to hit a fully armored player. So a definite nerf there. Maybe we will see people using the assault rifle as opposed to the DMR more. Reducing the hit points on the rifle shield from 60 to 50. I mean, come on guys, the rifle shield as it was at 60 often felt like just having a piece of paper in front of your face. As long as it still stops one bullet from hitting you in the face, I guess it's okay. And then we've got a 30% reduction in movement speed penalty when the rifle shield is equipped, which means he will move faster. This is very good. We all hate it when we've got the shield on and we move too slowly. You get the pistol out so you can move faster, and then a situation arises where you get shot in the face and you think, damn it, if only I had my assault rifle out with that big shield on the front of it. They think Blackbeard is in a good place in terms of power, so they don't want to make him stronger, except obviously make his rifle more powerful and make it move faster, but you know, who am I to quibble around the words there. I'll give him a try once these changes are made and see how I feel. Then let's take a look at Glaz. One change for him, reducing the damage from 85 to 71. So only just recently in a patch they made him weaker and made it so that you needed 2 to 3 shots to kill a player rather than 1 to 2 body shots. So this is just going to make that a little bit different. I did see that they'd increased the fire rate, so maybe reducing the damage is about right at this point. Moving on, we've got a nerf to Twitch where the damage on the FAMAS has been reduced from 40 to 37. So Twitch has currently got an around about 60% pick rate in ranked. Similar to Ashe, it's higher than they would like to see. So they want to reduce how regularly she is picked to make room for other operators, but they don't want to make her less powerful or less fun to play. As such, they'd rather do very minor changes to encourage players to try other operators and to work towards making other operators as fun to play as Twitch and Ashe. Okay, let's see how the people feel about that, because I know that people like guns that have large power. Jackal, increasing the footstep scanning distance from 5 meters to 8 meters. This sounds like a good change to me. All too often I've been sat looking down a hatch and unable to scan the footsteps right below me. I'm hoping that that 8 meters means that I will now be able to do that, and I think that could really improve his pick rate. As I say here, he currently has a fairly low pick rate and is a little weak, so they want to improve player comfort while playing Jackal and reduce a bit of the risk involved with scanning enemy footsteps. I think that's a good move. Let's see how that plays out. Frost, increasing the SMG damage from 43 to 45. Minor change. It's got quite a high output, I think, in terms of fire rate, so let's see how that plays. And they've increased the Super 90 damage from 32 to 35. Now, a lot of people think, or have thought, I think, that the Super 90 is overpowered. I know I don't like coming up against it, so don't know how well that buff is going to work out to play against. Let's find out. They think Frost is currently extremely weak, so they want to increase her power as well as fun. Her SMG is currently a bit too difficult to play with. I disagree. So they want to reward those who have mastered it. Thank you. They are also increasing the shotgun's power a little bit, but don't worry, it won't be the same as it was during Operation Black Ice. I didn't play during Black Ice, so I don't know what that was like. They think that she will probably need more extensive work done to make her as viable as some other operators, but that is something that they will look at doing in the future, so let's see what the future holds for Frosticles. So Dokkaebi, Claymores will be replaced with stun grenades. Boo! I do not like this at all. I love using Claymores on Dokkaebi. I was very sad when Hibana lost Claymores. I've not quite got over it. I switched to Dokkaebi a lot more because I like the DMR, I like the SMG-12. Claymores was the icing on the cake. Now that they're taking those away, it's just really annoying. You've got to stop those runouts. You've got to have a way of protecting you. Anyone with a sniper rifle should have a claymore, because that is the purpose of the claymore. Typically is to protect your flank whilst you're in a snipering position. So I'm not sure that's a good move. I don't like it. She'll keep her smoke grenades. I know Get Flanked says that everyone uses smoke grenades rather than the claymore. I'm not one of those people. I'm in that 0.1% that he has referenced previously, I think. So this makes me very unhappy. But they think smoke grenades and claymores led to having a bit too much utility. Considering you can't equip both of them at the same time, I don't really agree with that. You know, you can only have the 2 guns and the smoke grenades, or the 2 guns and the claymore, so saying she has too much utility, I don't agree with. She was able to adapt to different situations too easily. Again, you've got to choose one or the other, so it's situational. You either make the right choice or you don't, so I don't think that that's really a fair statement to make. She has also become extremely strong in Parabellum as a result of Maestro and the additional cameras that defenders have access to, right? I don't really see how this change affects that, to be honest with you, but whatever. Barbed Wire, the slowing effect has increased from 45 to 50%. Wow, a lot of people say say that Barbed Wire is a must and is very strong as it is. Current status, Alibi seems a bit too strong in ranked play, but the first few weeks of Pro League have shown us that Alibi is underused. We will need more time and data to determine why and how we can go about making adjustments to compensate. Fair enough, I think she's really good. Is she too strong? I don't think so. Maestro, we are really happy with how Maestro is performing in both ranked and professional play. He might even be a bit too strong in Pro League, but it's too early to say for sure. So they will need more time and more data. Fair enough, I think Maestro is in a fairly good place at the moment. Ashe, Twitch, Jaeger, Bandit. All 4 operators have very high pick rates but are not broken in terms of power. Ashe might be a bit too strong, but it isn't anything too crazy. So based on learning from the past few months, they're going to take their time before making any drastic changes. Frost and Capcom. They've observed in the past few updates that Capcom and Frost tend to move up and down on the win delta axis in tandem. This is understandable as they're both trappers, but we are not sure what has caused such a drastic drop in their win delta. They're going to investigate further to see if they can figure that out. And finally, Castle. They are looking to make more drastic changes to Castle, but don't have an ETA. They've got ideas for what they want to do, but it's in the backlog with no time frame for when work on it will begin. With Castle, is he too strong? He is a must pick a lot of the time in Pro League. I like playing as him. A lot of people say he's useless. If you have a good Castle on your team, he's very strong. He's not so much about blocking off routes all the time. He's about making people waste time, waste utility, and carving new ways through a map. Yeah, let's see what happens with that. So, those are the patch notes for Rainbow Six Siege Year 3 Season 2.2. If you've enjoyed having me read these to you, then please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and keep up to date for more videos in the future. If you do like having people read you things off the internet, let me know down in the comments and I'll find some more things on the internet to read to you. More than happy to do it, if that's what you guys want. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you again next time. Thanks, guys.